We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball. Get that ball. Hatchet. Check. Pass. Check. Hot route. Hot. Watch out.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Check 50. Motion. Bump. Hey, what is that?
On second down, here's Fournette.
And here we go. Watch the pass. Run.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready, 380, round. Pick me up. Blue draw corker. Crunch. SOS.
First carry for James Conner. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Good night, baby.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready. Hey, Brown 80. Orange fastball. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
From the 25 on second down, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Boy, 51. I'm coming after you.
Third and long for Rivers. Going top shot for Smith-Schuster. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey. Check. Hey, alert 3. Check. Lucky. Check it back.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Able to avoid him. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Check curls. Tight dog. All 52.
Now Leonard Fournette. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
So we got man.
White, 85. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They run with Washington. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Fielded at the 43. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
Now Allen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Here's Rivers. And this one's incomplete.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
51 the mic, boys, 51.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Let's go. Mike 51. Mike 51. Let's go, D. Let's go. 51.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. And that's caught inside the 30. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got it first and goal at the 6. They'll run here with Connor. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Load it. Load it.
51 to Mike. 51.
Second down and goal. Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Miles Jack with a sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in, announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 55. Let's go, D. Mike 55. Yes.
Throwing on first down is Allen. His throw incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Allen going to throw again. Open man, it's Higgins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, eat. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. What's that?
55 is my guy. 55.
Done. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check.
Topper, topper. What's that? Half. Look out.
Fournette, a first down carry. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Block.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Deuce.
56.
You got tight right there. Check 24. Check.
And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the pass.
Washington gets it going right. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Right there.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Here I come.
Rivers now. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Fielded just inside the 30. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Watch the edge. Quick the edge. Go.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to air one out. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
A tremendous return there, 39 yards. Yeah, the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, exit.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
To throw is Rivers.
Let's see what you got.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Check. Save.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
No.
On 2nd and inches. Allen. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Working out of a shotgun. Here's Allen. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Let's go.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Mike, spot 4.
Alert.
Target. 54's Mike. Check. Watch.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive will start with Connor, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Jet 180. 180. Orange 5-4.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
White, 89.
On second down, Washington. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. On third down, it's Connor. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Well, they're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Hey, Rocket.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Set 180. 380.
51. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hey, orbit.
51's the mic, boys. 51.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Red Delta.
They just got that play off. Now Rivers. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Mike
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They will run with Grant. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Half 85, half 85.
Switch gears.
Stop.
They go back to Grant. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at his 4.
We got this.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Block 15.
Check.
Run 80.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Hey, wahoo.
Mike 51.
All day, dog. 51.
Hey, I'm going to go start.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On 1st down. It's Grant, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Here's Higgins out on the right side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they would have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Allen now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They start with a give to counter. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. On third down, here's Washington. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Check my 50. You got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go.
Now Allen to throw. Throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Devin Bush providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Switzer on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Round 80. Don't get nervous.
Check 43. Shit. 36.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check 4. Check 3. Kill. 6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Allen now looks to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. the air. Allen looking end zone, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Allen to throw it. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would
don't
do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfly in this game.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Hey, 79! 79!
Mike's 47.
Hey, Mike's 7.
Let's go, let's go. 47's the Mike, boys. 47. Check, 47. Watch your slap.
From the gun, Rivers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Pass. Wide. Alert. Watch that screen.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Out.
Hey, tight.
Check 3. Watch the safety creep.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Watch 54. Let's go one more.
From the gun, it's Allen. The open man is Shark. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Alert!
Here we go. Hatchet. Check. Hot route. Hot. Watch out. Joker.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Mike 54. Let's go, D. Nick Sears right here. We got
Regular.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant.
Watch the twin.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Now a give, right side. Grant. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team. Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And an alley to run. Touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Grant with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Slam, slam, slam. Recon, 132 fighter.
From the 29, Rivers, now a desperate, and got his man complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is down to 20. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Bound to lose one. Under 10, under 10.
Half.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
25, check 25. Come on.
Switch.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up the first here on third down.
Check.
On third down, Grant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Jaguars, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again.